Hello, hope everyone's doing well. Today, back in the PvP menu, I got a comment on my PvP video about fleet power. I figured I'd go over it a bit and how it's a bit misleading, where higher numbers don't always mean success, especially in PvP. PvP, of all places, is a really good indicator of where fleet power does not always mean winning. For example, got this fleet here, you know, 15, 13, it's decent. So we're at 16, 14, pretty comparable. However you look, the overall stats of a lot of these ships, like Bismarck's only 120. That's a lot lower than 125. That makes a difference. Musashi's only 115. That means she's doing a lot less damage output. Aegir is 105. That means she's a lot less tankier, a lot less damage output, etc., etc. But because they're URs, their overall stats are high enough to bump up this ranking. Like over here, this person has, a half decent fleet. They got Shimakaze, Harbin, New Jersey, Musashi. But they also have Perseus and Aegir, who I wouldn't say aren't the best options. I said Aegir's a bit better this fleet than Perseus is, but I wouldn't use Aegir anyway. But because Aegir's a UR, so she has really high stats, and Perseus is Oath, that buffs up her stats, quite a bit. You get the 6% at 100 affinity, and then you go up to 12% stat buff at 200 affinity. That is post Oath. So, yeah, it's just a measure of stats. Go over to this screen. You see ship power ranking here. It's just, I would say it's some all stats, but there's a divide sign here, and there's some multiplication. Basically, it's your stats as a whole. Some ships have, they'll have torpedoes, and some other ships don't have torpedoes. So the ships without torpedoes don't get that extra stat buff of just, solid 100, 150, whatever it is, compared to ships who have that extra slot. So it's misleading because, I have a Ilian heavy cruiser, which other than Anchorage don't have torpedoes, versus a Sakura Empire heavy cruiser. And where you would use each one may vary, even though the Sakura Empire might have higher stats because it has a torpedo slot. So just be aware, it is not the end-all be-all, and as your ships go up in rarity, so, commons don't give a lot, and 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, and then lost count, 6, maybe, they get a hell of a lot more bonuses. So their ranking will go up. And so the total number fleet power is not the end-all be-all. It's some of the individual stats and how they're utilized. So, for example, I have this fleet here. It's got really good aviation, or aviation. It's pretty decent. I only got Shinano here, but she's buffing it a lot. But anti-air is really good because New Jersey and Seattle are here. This might be better for a map with a lot of planes. But I don't have any ASW gear on these ships, and Kronstadt does not have ASW, I believe. Whereas no ASW. But Kazugumo, almost 200. Seattle, a little under 160. So it could be good for fighting submarines, but it's not the best. So it's not the total number, it's the situation and the gear you have to face that situation is what's important, not the biggest number possible. It's cool to look at, but it's not the most important thing, not the end-all be-all. For example, World 14 is a very different set of stats than World 12, World 13. It's closer to 13 there's to 12, but in here, the numbers are very tight for recon value, which is here. Compared to the third, total evasion plus total aviation, where I'm not great at math, I'll be honest. but you can see it here. Here's the calculations. You can play around with stuff in the game to show if numbers going up or down. When you don't have this on safe mode, it will show the recon value required. Down. You'll need 168. So a fleet for here needs to focus on being a little more balanced with evasion and aviation, as opposed to World 13, where you just want a ton of anti-air, because there are so many planes in this world that the game starts lagging sometimes, depending on your device. So yeah, just be aware. I didn't want to call anyone out. I just thought, you don't realize I wasn't didn't have World 13 up as I was talking about that. There we go, 13, 13.4. Yeah, I just thought, it's misleading. So I want to help alleviate some of the confusion about that. And yeah, hope this was helpful. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.